Hello, I'm working on this assignment called using HTML editor. And for this assignment, this is a review on the water cycle subunit of our main weather unit. The embedded Web 2.0 tool is a Symbaloo learning path. This is an independent online activity that students use either toward the end of a unit or at the end of a semester in preparation for a midterm or a end of term assessment like the EOG. Students benefit by using the various modalities of learning in this review to remember the vocabulary and the sequences of the water cycle. This Symbaloo learning path travels through the process. There are several buttons here, through the processes of reading the standards to begin with, and then going to a Quizlet on water cycle. They play a video game about water cycle. They read some Google Slides that have already been presented earlier in class. And then there's some follow-up questions on those slides and another button. And then they go to an illustration of cloud types and a question about that so they can assess their learning. And then at the end, the flag at the end is their project of choice they're going to do to present what they learn in a different way. So as you can see, this is embedded into an assignment in my class. And so students can travel right through. They take the marker and they can travel through the learning sessions. So you can hover over and see there's a Quizlet. These are different modalities of learning. There's a little lesson here. There are some Google Slides, and they travel through, and they really cannot access the next one until they complete the first one. So it is a sequential order, and then they end with the project of choice. Now, on the administration end of this learning path, Symbaloo, I can see um, the progress. So right now, of course, there's no users right now. This lesson is an older lesson, but student progress, we have a big green circle. That means most of them are high on the proficiency level. Here is a bar graph that shows exactly which students are where, high, average, below average, and so forth. And here is the same learning path, but there's numbers beside it, and there's numbers telling me how many students are on that particular button activity of the learning path. This is Symbaloo. And like the Canvas's learning master outcomes is similar to Symbaloo's learning paths because students are striving to make growth. Students and I can access the Symbaloo's learning paths as a progress monitor to identify the areas of accomplishment and then the areas that are not yet proficient. Students who have used the Canvas learning mastery outcomes to monitor their academic growth find a strong connection with Symbaloo. And then I can show individual students or a parent-teacher conference or like a student one-on-one conference with a teacher, how long they have spent on the assignment, if they have completed the whole thing or they have just started, if they got a little reward, or what their score should be. All right, so that is how we are showing embedding Web 2.0 activity into a Canvas assignment.